Welcome back to the Rent Suit Podcast, the only podcast that tells you to pay your rent. He's Eric, I'm Owen. What are we talking about today?
Today we are doing a definitive draft for all Call of Duty Zombies maps. So we're branching across, every single developer, every single game that includes COD Zombies, and we're gonna draft 10 picks each.
10
each. So
20 maps.
Yeah, this should be fun. I'm excited.
Yeah.
And let us know how we do, and in the comments, maybe let us know what you would pick, especially in your 1-1. Let us know what your 1-1 would be, and if you like the video, subscribe, give us a like. Share helps us out a lot.
Let us know if you're excited for Black Ops 6 Zombies, which
we're not.
We're not,
but maybe you
may be, which is totally valid. But hey, we're just two big Zombies fans. So yeah, we you want to flip the coin? Actually, I have a coin right here. Do you want to do that, or do you want to?
Or we could do the guitar pick. You want turtle?
We usually do the guitar pick. All right.
Turtle or green?
I'm gonna go green because I think I went turtle last time, if I remember correctly. I don't know. Unneeded loud smack. It's green. I get to go first. All right. Well, this is an easy pick for me. You can't really see it, but that poster.
I can't see anything.
You can't see it at all. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can like.
Yeah, there we go. Maybe. Nope. A little bit more. A little other way. No, not tilt it back. Tilt it back. No, the other way. There you go.
Oh, there we go. You can kind of see it. Anyways, it's the map that I'm taking. That was really bad, but it's funny, so we're keeping it in. I'm building up suspense. I'm taking Origins at the 1-1. It is the greatest Zombies map of all time. In my opinion, I think it's not really up for debate. It innovated Zombies. It took Zombies from the classic era of what Jimmy Zielinski laid out and just the classic idea and basic idea of Zombies into the modern era of Zombies. Lots of discoverable Easter eggs, of course, but you've got 4 elemental wonder weapons, the concept of kind of like a little bit less of a traditional power system. I know Mob kind of played with that a little bit, but like the generators, not just flipping a power switch on. That was implemented. Complex, in-depth Easter eggs. This was like the first really in-depth Easter egg that you had to, it felt like a whole process to do. It's not just like, oh, I'll just sit down and do it. No. This is like you have to commit a game to doing an Easter egg. So many things to do on Origins. You have the challenges, the soul boxes, getting the G strikes, upgrading the staffs, getting the upgrading the elemental punches, or getting the elemental punches. There's so many things to do in Origins, and it was an insane innovation of Zombies, and it's still the most fun in my opinion to play. I can go back to play Origins whenever I want. A lot of people don't say that, but hey, Origins is the GOAT. That's all I got to say. It's my 1-1, easiest 1-1 of my life.
I'm gonna pick up here on top of Origins. I think this is an easy 1-2 here. Well, I think one of the most important things in the Zombies map is the vibe. And I think that's something that has fallen off over the years,
Yes.
Like they did it in like Black Ops 4, but it wasn't quite the same. And then Black Ops 4 wasn't recepted, super great. And so from that, I think they kind of tried to break it down more simple. Now it's like, oh, jungle, secret military base, secret laboratory.
It's the same setting and not the wacky ideas. And that's because of the story, which I get, but it's also like, come on.
Yeah. So I'm throwing it in the one that has arguably the best vibe. And I think a very interesting set crew. And that is Shadows of Evil. The starter map.
Good pick.
Black Ops 3, sick setting. You're in 1920s Chicago. It's got the best music. It has the best.
Yeah, it's the coolest. It is the coolest aesthetic in Zombies, in my opinion. 1920s Chicago style city with Cthulhu monsters. It's so out there, but it's so sick.
So sick. Of course, like on top of that, we get some sick weapons. I mean, we get the Apocryphon, which is probably the greatest, if not the greatest
wonder weapon in Zombies, in my opinion.
Statistically, it's the greatest.
Yeah, statistically it is, but
that's up to you. Anyway, super awesome, super cool crew, super sick music,
and it did, to jump in real quick, it did so much for the story of Zombies. I don't know a whole ton about it. It's like Origins did the same thing. Origins was insanely lore heavy. Same with another map I'll probably pick next. I will set it. But it was insane for the lore of zombies. And I think that's also something to be added as well. I don't know too much about the lore because you need an actual PhD, but thought I should add that. So, yeah. All right. I think probably the most logical 2-1 here. I think that was a really good pick with Eric. But I think my number 2 zombies map of all time, I'm going back to Black Ops 2. I'm picking Mob of the Dead. I think the second coolest aesthetic in zombies. And I know it's a little bit of a basic idea, prison, but like I love that it's based off of a real location, and it's like beat for beat the same. Like they actually went there and planned it out and mapped it out, and I think that's super sick. They did that with Der Eisendrache too, which is really cool. But they based it off of a real life location. It's got an insane amount of lore. Like I did, the afterlife system is one of the coolest things that they've introduced into zombies, in my opinion. The idea that it's not that you can turn on what you want to, and there's like hidden passages to get to certain things, and you're discovering new secrets to open new doors. Super sick. Kind of the first one to have like an extended Pack-a-Punch quest too, besides just like something a little bit basic of just finding it. You have to get all the plane parts and fly out, which is really sick. I always like that, where you fly to the Golden Gate Bridge and then you act like you're going to leave and you just crash on it. Plays it every time, but I think it's cool. The Hell's Retriever is one of the coolest like side weapons in zombies. And then obviously you have the Acid Gat, the Victrolic Withering, I think is what it's called when it's Pack-a-Punched. Super sick wonder weapon. Definitely one of my favorites. There's not much else to say. Mob of the Dead is like, it's such a good map. And also the music in it is really, really sick too. It's just a fantastic map. You can't go wrong with it. If you told me, Origins, I said Origins is the best. If you told me Mob of the Dead is the best, I have no qualms. Same with Shadows of Evil.
I think those are the easiest.
Those are the three. It's the top 3 in zombies. There's really not much else to argue. Maybe personal preference, sure, but Mob of the Dead is fantastic.
I'm gonna take one here. I feel like a lot of people would maybe say I took it too high. They're gonna say another one. I'm sticking in the Black Ops 3 realm, and they're gonna say another one from Black Ops 3 should be higher. And to that, I would say no. Again, I was talking about the vibe is important, and then you were saying like 1920 Chicago mixed with Cthulhu monsters makes a really sick map, really sick environment. Well, I think war-torn Stalingrad mixed with dragons is an absolutely sick. Like, dude, you're fighting through Stalingrad, right? You're fighting.
Grod Krovi is sick.
I mean, you're fighting the coolest,
dude, and
the coolest like different. And then a dragon pulls up, and you ride the dragon.
I don't know how much you know about it. But the intro cutscene is actually one of my favorites. They're just falling from the sky because the context before it. I don't know all of it, but they go to Mob of the Dead, and then to get the blood vials. After that, they're just teleporting. They're falling from the sky. And there's Peter McCain, Rip the Homie. He's in there too. But you have Ace of Spades playing in the background too. It's such a sick.
So good.
It rivals the Origins intro, which I forgot to talk about. But no, Grod Krovi.
Yeah, I wasn't really thinking about including intros into this.
I know it's something to talk about.
Otherwise, everybody has the canon event. Otherwise, if we're talking about intros, everybody has the canon event with the Shadows intro.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we all know the canon event.
No, anyways, Grod Krovi though, but it's.
Yeah, dude, riding a dragon to Pack-a-Punch, dude. I think the layout's pretty easy to get.
It's very. I love the layout of the map. It's great layout.
Super great layout.
Great Easter egg.
Around,
it's very
great shield. The shield is sick. So sick.
It's my favorite shield in zombies. It's so sick. You've got a great wonder weapon. I love that Reagan Mark III. Super creative, super unique. The Easter egg is like difficult, but it's not like annoyingly difficult. Like you have to memorize a whole bunch of things. It's just difficult, and I like that.
And the end.
Oh, dude, we got so hyped. It's sad, and then the Revelations teaser.
So sad.
It was so sad that you get the Revelations teaser at the end, and everybody lost their mind in the zombies community at the time. And then Revelation was a disappointment.
Nobody in this draft is going to talk about Revelations because
but
sucks.
The hype was there. The hype was super sick. I love Grod Krovi. That's a super W pick, and I'm gonna go against the. Let me make sure I want to take this because this is kind of where it starts getting a little bit hairy here. Yeah,
this is where it's going to start turning into more personal.
I'm between two, and they're not the one you're thinking. It's not the two you're thinking of, but I'm gonna take it right now. I'm going back to Black Ops 2 actually. All 3 Black Ops 2 maps. Probably the most creative zombies map of all time. Okay. So many unique ideas. I love Buried. Buried is so sick. I don't like the. You want to talk about vibe? You're in an underground, abandoned Western town, and then it's attached to this mansion with these ghosts that take your points. And then there's like a maze in the background. The aesthetic is so cool, but there's so many cool things. You have all the upgrade or all the parts that lead to all of the machines. You know, you have the turbine, the trample steam. I think it's the subsurface resonator. I think that's what it's called. But there's so many cool, like, unique things on there. You have the bank, you have Leroy, which is like one of the coolest. And I like how his name is not Leroy, but we as a community just like gave him the nickname Leroy because of the Leroy Jenkins meme back in the day. The Paralyzer is one of the coolest wonder weapons. The Reagan Mark II is like one of my favorite Black Ops zombies guns, period. Easter egg is really sick. Super cool. I like how there's 2 sides and there's actually like a super Easter egg to it, which was not in the premise storyline, which is also interesting. I feel like I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, you can draw the chalk, the wall buys. You can put them wherever you want. That's super sick. A Vulture's Aid, one of the coolest perks that's never been brought back. I love Buried, man. It's so much fun to play. And I feel like it's just one of those maps that it's like, I think over time, people like it more and more. I feel like when it came out, people didn't really like it. And now it's like, dude, everybody loves Buried. Fantastic map.
That's a good pick. I think I am going to hit up Black Ops 1 now.
Oh, okay.
But not for what all you old heads out there are thinking for. It's not that the one you're thinking of probably will not be taken by me in this draft. If taken at all.
I don't know if I'm gonna take it. I might. I don't know. I haven't thought about it yet.
I'm gonna take. I think one of the vibe, atmosphere, and the outrageousness of it plays a huge factor. I'm taking Moon. I think this is Moon. Such a
Moon
sick
is
map.
Awesome. Moon is such a cool map.
But yeah,
I will say
there's so many sick locations in it.
I will say the Black Ops 3 version is so much better. And when I'm talking about playing Moon, I'm talking about the Black Ops 3 version.
Yeah,
Black Ops 1 version's fine, but it's dated. Black Ops 3 version, great. Anyways.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like that is the version to play. But yeah, so many sick moments in that map too. Little details,
Sick Easter egg. You blow up the moon. You blow up the moon. It's so cool. It's so cool. And then you've got the wonder weapon. The wave gun is in the wave gun is super sick. You've got the return of the Gersh devices. That's what they're called. I love the Gersh devices.
And it's just like from the moment you open up the map and you spawn right outside the teleporter, and the zombies don't stop coming, dude.
That's
and
you're like,
okay.
I love that.
And then you pop in the teleporter, and then you're like, I'm on the moon. You got to get your spacesuit. You got to get ready to go.
That's one of my favorite things about Moon is that you don't spawn in on the map, and it's just infinite wave. And it's like, I like how in Black Ops 3,
it's confusing when you first play it.
You can use Gobblegums to just get a ton of points. Like you can use the, I forget what it's called, but the gun game Gobblegum, as I call it.
The one that switches it off every 30 seconds or something.
That, and you can just get a ton of points. I love Moon. It's super creative.
You can spawn in like the death gun.
Yeah, it's Death Machine. Yeah,
Death Machine. Yeah,
it's one of the most creative zombies maps, and I think that's why so many people like it. But that's a great pick. That is the 3-2. Yeah, that's the 3-2.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the best map in Black Ops 1.
I would say so. Yeah, definitely. So I'm between 2 here, and I kind of want to take this one because I think it would make some people mad if I took it over another one.
What game?
They're both from Black Ops 3.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to do the one that's going to make people mad. At the 4-1, I do not care that it's going this early. I'm taking Zetsubo no Shima, baby. Now, let me explain myself. Before I get it.
I can't stand this map. I hate it.
Here's the thing. I think aesthetically,
I hate it.
It's super sick. yes, it's kind of like an abandoned lab, but it's like it's so ominous.
Abandoned lab in the jungle.
But there's things that throw you off. There's the spiders. There's the giant spider that you fight later on. And the vibe is super sick, and the music is so good in it that it's like
good. I'll give you that.
It throws you off, and it makes you're scared. You have the thrashers, but you also, I think the KT4 is a pretty cool wonder weapon. It's nothing crazy, but it's pretty cool. You have map exclusive guns like the Marshalls. Those things are sick. You have the HG40, the MP40 new gun. That gun is really sick. But what I love about Zetsubo, I love the vibe, but I also love the Easter egg. You have 2 boss fights in it. You have the big spider boss, which is a lot of fun to fight. It's pretty easy.
It's pretty easy, but it's fun.
They're both easy. And then you have the Takio boss fight, which is also pretty easy. But again, super sick. Also sick intro, by the way. I love the intro to Zetsubo. But then you get the cogs, upgrade the KT4. It's a super simple Easter egg, but as I do it more and more, I just find it to be so fun. And it's straightforward, to the point. There's a whole list of things you have to do. You can do them in any order that you like, which I really like that. You can do in any order you like, which is so cool for replayability. And then, like I said, the aesthetic, it's like Origins. You're just collecting a bunch of things to get the elevator to go down to fight the boss. It's so sick, super underrated. Also, the ending cutscene is probably the best in Zombies. It has the best ending cutscene in Zombies. That might be a hot take. It is so good. You have Takio learning that the Emperor was like kind of going against him, and then he has to pretty much, he has to kill his older self, and it's so emotional. It's so sick, and then it leads into Blood of the Dead. We don't have to talk about that, but it's a great map. I think every time I go back to Black Ops 3, I'm just gonna say it because we've been dancing around it. I play it way more than Dryas and Drak. I think Dryas and Drak's a great map. I love Dryas and Drak, but it's so overplayed. I go back to Zetsubo, and I'm like, dude, this is a fire map. And then there's the plant system, which is a little tedious, but it's really cool. I forgot even the skull of Nonsapwe, the specialist weapon, dude, that thing is sick. I even forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
I love Zetsubo. It's probably like behind Grodkrovi, Shadow, obviously Grodkrovi and Shadows and Moon for me, but I love Zetsubo. It's a fantastic map.
Yeah. I don't hate it. I'm glad that you're bold about it. I don't know. The map doesn't click with me.
Dude, it's the Easter egg. I think if you do the Easter egg, you'll be like, dude, this is insane. Like, it's so much fun to do the Easter egg.
I don't know. I just don't like the vibe.
I get it. I mean, no. I think it's basic, but it's unique at the same time.
On this, I've talked so much about vibe. I'm gonna take one from the most underrated Zombies game out there.
I know what you're taking.
You know exactly what I'm taking.
I don't know which one you are taking.
You know which one you know which one.
All right.
You know it.
I think it's a little bit of a bold take too, but we'll see.
Yeah, I just had to follow your bold take with a bold one.
That's fair. That's fair.
This is one I have so much fun with. I think the mechanics on it are just absolutely gnarly, dude. The music's sick. I'm taking Raven the Redwoods from Infinite Warfare.
This is kind of a crazy take. This is a crazy take.
I'll tell you.
I like it. Though.
I feel like if you actually haven't, don't write me off if you haven't spent time in that and just played it to enjoy it. Like, don't get all up like in your head about the zombie storyline. Don't just log on, have fun, and pull up. Okay, so you spawn in. You got no weapons. Only weapons you have are just random things you pick up, dude. You can pick up like a golf club, an axe, a baseball bat, and those you just use those for like.
It's weird because like I feel like the idea of like a slasher film obviously works great for zombies.
Yes,
but it's never been done before. Like not even close to something like that. And I'm like, why is this like? I get like Treyarch is super serious with their zombies, but like, why isn't the setting been done before?
It's not just that it's that because like the slasher movie thing, like like the Friday the 13th type deal would work so good as itself. But the fact that it's during this big 90s like rave, dude, you can pull up to the rave pit, dude. You can turn on like the speakers. One of the coolest things is like almost like the psychedelics that like you can like throw in like the fire, really trippy. And, like, everything cool, like super cool colors.
It's trippy though, dude.
The crossbows are fun.
They're pretty cool. They're a little bit like a knockoff DE ones, but
and the The boss fight's sick.
It's an interesting boss fight. I like it. I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's just like, I don't know. It's cool. It's a good boss fight.
Cool. It's cool.
With the Easter egg is pretty funny. I like the Easter egg. It's basic. It's like Zetsubo. It's like really easy to do, which is cool. Which I do like that as an idea for an Easter egg for a map.
And I just want to say it since we're on the topic. Infinite Warfare Zombies got so much hate when it came out, but you break that down, dude, and like what they were doing with it, like, with the crew, and you know how they're going into movies from different like
it's a sick idea.
Eras. It's super sick, and they do it pretty well for the first three. Third one's a little iffy. And then after that, the last two
it falls off. It's hard. I would like another attempt at it to some extent. Actually, here are you done talking about Rave? Because I'm just gonna say my 5-1. It's Zombies in Spaceland. I'm just gonna jump into
Good pick, dude.
I was gonna talk about that next, so I can talk about this. I'll talk about Spaceland in a second, but I think Infinite Warfare in Zombies is super underrated. I think the first two maps are fantastic. Challenge Shuffle, it's cool, but the Easter egg is terrible. The third map, Attack of the Radioactive Thing, is just insanely bland. And then Beast from Beyond is probably the worst Zombies map of all time. One of the worst Zombies maps of all time. Don't touch it. Do not play that map. But it also has the Mephistopheles boss fight, which is super sick. It's difficult too. The very end, like the super Easter egg. But anyways, about Spaceland. I think this is the more popular one, and I think for good reason. Spaceland is so sick. You would talk about aesthetic. An 80s theme park with David Hasselhoff, dude.
On the 1s and 2s, baby.
Dude, you don't even have to. You could just say David Hasselhoff is in the game, and you're just like, I'm in. And you can play as David Hasselhoff. That's super sick too. But the map has a great flow to it. It's large, but there's like it connects itself. So you go to the left side into Journey into Space, and then the arcade's right there, which goes to Polar Peak to the left. The one on the right, I forget what it's called, but they all connect to each other. It's like, it's interconnected, and there's like an underground bunker. I love that. You can have 5 perks in Spaceland, which is really cool. You can in Raven the Redwoods, but like it has like little non-Treyarch things like that, which are really cool. But I think the one thing that sold me on Spaceland recently is I need to get back on this, but I went through and did some of the Infinite Warfare Easter eggs. Spaceland's Easter egg is so cool. The setup for it's a little annoying. Doing the SETI-COM steps solo can be a little frustrating, but the boss fight, man, it's intense. It's so much fun. The alien, and then if you have 4 people in your game, you're fighting 4 aliens. It's a fun boss fight, man. I really enjoy Spaceland.
And the clowns are funny.
The clowns are funny too, but it's a sick map. It's the best non-Treyarch map for sure, in my opinion, and it's just fun to play.
Second best non-Treyarch map for sure, in my opinion.
This guy, but they're both great. They're both great maps. I highly recommend if you like Spaceland, then just buy Raven the Redwoods. Like, you can test it out, but they're both fantastic maps. So that's my 5-1. That's our rant on Infinite Warfare Zombies too.
Now we're at number 6.
No, you're at 5 because I went first.
What? So I got so many to do.
I took Origins, Mob. What did I take at 3? Buried, and then Zetsubo, Spaceland. Yeah, that's what I took.
Okay.
So you're at 5. I think I know what my next one is.
I'm going to hop back into Black Ops 1. Again, not for the reason you Black Ops 1 fans are thinking.
There's 2 really good picks here I think you can do.
I'm going to take
3. There's another one that's pretty solid.
I'm going to take a fun map. It's kind of a basic it's kind of a basic layout. It's not very big. But I think it's fun. I think the steps to Easter egg are pretty sick. I'm gonna take Shang.
I like Shang. That's a good pull. I love Shang.
I think it's like, although it's basic, it's just kind of like in the jungle.
Well, it's also like aesthetically, it's gorgeous. Like it looks.
Yeah, it looks
even in Black Ops
1.
Yeah, it looks great in Black Ops 1.
Yeah, so that's a good pull for me. I think.
Sick
the Easter egg steps are sick.
I love the Easter egg in that map. It's really cool.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, like I said, sick Wonder Weapon. The
Wonder
vibe
Weapon
is
is
really
hilarious.
cool.
You shrink the zombies and you just like run through them and like kick
the
them.
napalm and the shrieker zombie could be a little annoying. It's a difficult map, which
if you get tight in those tight spaces, dude, with one of those napalm zombies, it's not gonna look good for you.
I think I like more difficult zombies maps like that. At least having one of those in a zombies game is nice. Just to casually play it is difficult. It's probably better on Black Ops 1 because you can use the Mustang and Sally with PhD. Mm-hmm. That's probably a little bit better, but Black Ops 3 is just like So I think Shangri-La is a great map. That's a good pull. So I think I really want to take one map. There's a map I really want to take, but I probably should take the obvious pick here.
Don't take an obvious pick. Don't give in to what the people think.
No, I'm just trying to think because it makes sense. The next map I was going to take is a map that's definitely worse. I'm going to take in at my 6 the value pick here. I'm taking DE. Here's the thing. Here's the thing with DE. And the reason why I'm going to talk about it. First off, DE is a sick map. I don't want to undercoat that. That's just being, if we said it's a bad map or mid map, it's just being different for the sake of being different. DE is one of the most influential zombies maps of all time. It's one of the most popular. It has probably the best boss fight in zombies. The keeper boss fight. Once you experience it, dude, it's super replayable. The bows are sick. I just think my thing with DE is a couple of things. Number one, I've played it way too many times. I have played DE probably just as much as Origins and Mob. Probably not Mob because I don't have Black Ops 2 anymore, but definitely Origins. And I vastly prefer Origins just because of the amount of stuff you can do on Origins. Second off, I think other than the keeper boss fight, DE's Easter egg's a little lackluster. The wisp step is really just bland and boring. Have
the wisp step is so annoying.
You just have to memorize the locations, which is kind of annoying in the first place, but it's just like, it's tedious. It's not fun to do. And then you have the Simon Says step, that's like one of my least favorite versions of the Simon Says step. It's really annoying to do. Moon version's nice. And then it's just a soul box. Like, I don't know, man. The Easter egg's mid, but it's the redeeming quality to it is the keeper boss fight. That's what it makes it so worth it. Just that alone.
Here's what I'll say. I'll say. Again, we're talking about this maps based on real locations.
Awesome. Super sick. It's a castle. It's not. Of course, it
looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Even if you look beyond where you're at into the distance, it looks good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the layout.
It's a safe. Here's the thing about D. It's the safest zombies map. It doesn't do much to innovate. It adds some new things like the boss fight, which is obviously super sick. But like just playing the map itself, it's all borrowed concepts. The bows, it's borrowed from Origins. The Wonder Fizz, or the Wonder Launch, the launchers. That's a borrowed concept. Just the layout of the map, it feels like so many things are borrowed from other maps, and I think that's why people like it so much because it takes what works from other maps and blends it together. Me, on the other hand, I like a little bit of innovation in zombies.
As you can tell from our lists, we like it when it's a little different. Like,
I'm not saying anything about DE being a bad map. It's still one of the greatest zombies maps to grace the franchise, but it's just I personally have played it too much and I'm a little tired of it. But I do really like it still. I would just prefer my other maps and a couple of the ones that Eric said. That's all. Don't kill us. I'm just stating what I think. Okay.
All
right.
I'm gonna take one for the homies. For all the ones out there who've been pulling all-nighters back in the 360 days, munching on Doritos and drinking Mountain Dew. Take one for the boys, the high rounders, the grinders, if you will. Okay. The best small map of all time. I'm taking Town. I mean, you load into a match of Town. This is a legacy pick here.
All right, sure.
The impact that this had on me growing up and playing zombies, very big. Playing this, like, if a buddy came over and like, let's just see how high we can get on playing around a Town. Always fun, dude. I think the strats on it are like the camping spots are super like simple, super fun.
I like camping by double tap with a bunch of friends because it's like it's a bad spot, but it's
funny.
is funny. It's a funny spot. I like Town. It's just it's the best survival map, I would say.
Best like small scale
I
survival
kind of
map.
wish there was like another wonder weapon though, because
Yeah.
like high rounds, like going past 50, super difficult. You can't do it.
Yeah.
But I kind of wish there was like a unique wonder weapon that was like that could take you to a little bit of a higher round. The Mark II is on there, of course, which is nice.
Only if you have the DLC though.
But it's just like, you know, it's a good map. It's fun. I love Town. Town's a lot of fun. There's not much else to really say about it though.
Has Pack-a-Punch, big plus for it.
Yeah,
Some of these smaller maps sometimes don't.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, I think it's the best depiction of a like quote unquote town that we have. You know, the bar's cool, hang out, hang out pool table, banks. You know, it's just I think it's good, and the lava, you know, adds more fun to it where you kind of gotta avoid it.
I kind of hate the lava. I can't stand the lava in that map, but I'm going to kind of piggyback off of what you said. This is my 7, right?
Yes.
This is my 7. Wait. Yes, this is my 7. I'm going to take probably one of the most important zombies maps of all time. I'm taking Der Riese. I love Der Riese. Any version of Der Riese, the Giant, Black Ops 1 version, World at War version. Der Riese is a sick map. Adding Pack-a-Punch alone could have been the reason why it's one of the most important zombies maps of all time. But it also added the monkey bombs, kind of dabbled with an Easter egg quest. Didn't really do too much, but it's there. I think it's a great laid out map. The first real, I guess, the Wonder Waff was on Chino Numa, but it really feels like a Der Riese weapon. The camping strat on the catwalk, iconic spot. I don't know, man. There's just something about playing Der Riese with your homies that there's nothing else that really beats it. It's in my opinion, it's the best, like, laid back, just have a good time zombies map because it's very simple. It's fun to just turn off your brain and play. I love Der Riese. There's not much else to say about it. It's super important too. Also, Beauty of Annihilation is a sick song. Kind of goes with that map too. I think that's sick. Great zombies map. So I want to make sure I said Origins, Mob, Buried, Spaceland, Zetsubo, DE. Okay, that is my 7. I was just trying to make sure.
Yes. Okay. So it gets hard for me.
Yeah.
I don't want to take that. Okay, I'm gonna take this one just because of I think it has such a sick vibe. I think the crew in it is legendary. Is it, you know, sometimes the most BS map out there? Is there some, you know, just stupid stuff happening in it? Does it get really convoluted when you get to the basement? Yes. Does it have the best intro cutscene in my opinion? Yes.
Just a storm, Dick. Sit down.
There we go, dude.
I love that.
I'm taking 5
here.
I think just because of how legendary that opening is, and then you're playing as like the presidents.
Dude, you're playing as JFK, Richard Nixon, Castro,
yeah, dude,
Robert McNamara. Awesome. You're just like, what? This is awesome, dude. It's so sick. I think it's just a cool
happening
map.
at the end of this campaign, Black Ops 1.
Funny. It makes sense. It's because it's cool because it's like a continuation of what they did in World at War, where it's just like a bonus mode. Like Doctor was just the bonus mode, and it's kind of like the same continuation. It's really cool. Honestly, just the fact that this even happened is cool. But I think the map is laid out
in the Pentagon.
Yeah,
the map is laid control room.
The map is laid out cool. I think the map's laid out pretty well. The wonder weapon kind of sucks. It's just a fun map to play. It also has one of the coolest power ups. It has the bonfire sail, where it makes Pack-a-Punch only $1,000. That's super sick. I love that. The Pentagon Thief is a super cool boss too. He's really fun to fight. I don't know. I like 5. I
hate
like
going to the basement though, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing when you don't know it. It is scary too.
But it's awesome map. Super sick concept.
I would say, what am I at? 8? I think I'm gonna do the forbidden thing here. I'm gonna take a map from Black Ops 4. That's not really that forbidden.
It's not that forbidden. If you're taking the one I think you're taking, I think
we're taking. I'm between 2. There's 2 really good Black Ops 4 maps.
I guess it's true. The two options.
I'm gonna take the one because I played it more. Second coolest is atmosphere of any zombies map, my opinion. I'm taking 9. I love 9. If it was on Black Ops 3 system, top 5 zombies map, no question.
No question.
I think its layout is super sick. It's just a central arena. There's a circle underneath it, and then it splits off. It's really basic, and it works really well, and they all connect with each other pretty well. Like I said, the atmosphere, you're fighting in a Egyptian-style Colosseum. That's so sick. And I love how the crowd, you can like, it's like the crowd affinity. So it's like if you do good and do cool things, they like give you power-ups and stuff. And if you do bad, they like throw things at you and they like try to damage you. I think that's cool. Let's see what else. It's been a minute since I played this map. The wonder weapon's all right. It's just pretty basic. It's like that scorpion gun. I forget the name of it. It's pretty basic. The shield's pretty cool, but the main thing I love about 9 is the Easter egg. I love the 9 Easter egg. It's pretty much like it ties into the system of Black Ops 4's perk system, where it's like it has the 4 gods as the perk statues, and you do like challenges for them to like appease them, quote unquote. And then you get to the boss fight, which you fight a giant elephant, and then you fight another giant elephant. It's a really cool boss fight, and then there's like there's a whole lot of strats into it. It's a really, really sick boss fight. And I don't know. It's just playing it. There's also the challenge system too. You get like 9 challenges that give you really good rewards throughout it. Pack-a-Punch is pretty easy to get in there. You have all the boss zombies, which can get a little annoying. You have like the tigers, which are kind of annoying.
Yeah, I agree there.
The big like axe dudes. Those dudes are a little annoying, but I don't know, dude. I remember when I played Black Ops 4, I was not disappointed by 9. It is a sick map.
No, we were disappointed by
Blood of the Dead, which is my least favorite zombies map.
Well, Blood of the Dead too, but
Voyage of Despair.
What should have been actually, I think the vibe for that should have been a home run.
Yeah,
on the Titanic.
I remember when that game was coming out, people were like, "Dude, 9's going to be the lamest one," and I'm like, "Yeah, you're probably right." And then now it's like, "Dude, what were we thinking? That's like the coolest aesthetic you could have. It's so cool." But
yeah, 9.
Anyways, 9's a great map.
Cool there. All right, I'm gonna go with. Let's go with Die Rise. I'm just kidding.
Die Rise, yeah, baby.
That's all jokes. All jokes. I don't
take a Cold War map. I know you want to. Take a Cold War.
I kind of do, but there's only one that's actually.
I know it's honestly, it's kind of valid if you take it. It's a pretty cool map. I know which one you want to take.
I do. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it.
This is number 8 spot, so these aren't like great picks.
Yeah, this is a map that I just have fun playing if I want to turn my brain off and play, because all the Cold War maps are unbelievably easy. They're so easy. This one has definitely the best Easter egg and boss fight out of the Cold War maps, and that's Mauer.
It's the best version of a Cold War map. It's by far the best version of what Cold War Zombies is supposed to be.
It's not just a lab.
Six setting. The Easter egg's pretty cool. There's some cool boss zombies in there too.
I feel like there's been plenty of times where Owen and I are just up late playing games, and we'll pop on Mauer, and I'll just training on the roof, dude. There's one roof in particular. I can't remember which building it's on, but you can just train on it, and you can just run up and down the little rubble.
I usually train by the not the other side of Pack-a-Punch where the Wonder Fizz, like where you grapple up to the. I like training there. That's usually the spot where I train. So
we normally just hit those spots, and we'll just sit there and like talk and play the game. Yeah. It's pretty brainless to play once you get it set up.
It's brainless, but it's cool. Like the map's cool. It's fun. The wonder weapons are pretty. Cool. The wonder weapons are pretty cool. I haven't used them too much. The Easter egg's pretty cool. It's a cool map, and I think it gets shafted a little bit too much because the Cold War system. It's just not very good, but I think it's solid. It's a fun map. I definitely enjoy playing it.
And the Tempest is pretty sick too.
Yeah. So this is my number 9 spot. I think I am going to go back to the Black Ops 4 and just take the other one that I want to. I'm going to take Ancient Evil next. I almost took this over 9. Honestly, in some days I probably could. This is a super sick map. I think the aesthetic is super cool. It's kind of like Buried, where it's like underground, but you have like 2 different areas, which pretty much a regular grass area and then hell. That's kind of what it is. It's kind of hard to describe what it is, but it's pretty cool. The aesthetics of the map are super, super sick. The wonder weapons, the gauntlets, those things are really, really cool. It's like upgraded version of what I think this the bows should have been, because they're not like the bows really felt like ripoffs of the Origin staffs. These ones are really unique and kind of have like their own feel to them, and they're pretty easy to get to, which I also really appreciate to replay it. You have also probably one of the sickest shields. It's just a Spartan spear and shield. I think that's really sick. The Easter egg is so fun. I have to remember some of the steps, but one of the steps I remember, there's a step where you use the 4 gauntlets, just for your context. You use the 4 gauntlets. I call it the like spotlight step, and you all stand in like a line, and then there's a spotlight that'll hop on, and one person has to go up there and they have to like use their gauntlet and the specific abilities on it to kill all the zombies. That person goes back and it's the next person. I think that's a really, really cool step. I think it's really basic, but it's creative. Boss fight is really, really fun. You fight an evil Pegasus. There's Pegasus on the map too. I forgot about that. Yeah. Again, if it's on Black Ops 3 system, one of the best maps. It's not, and it's just a shame. It's a great map though.
You know what? This is where I could be an adult man. And say, you know what? I gave it so much hate, but it deserves to be on this list. But this is also when I'm going to stick to my guns and say no. And
don't say it. Don't say what I think you're going to say. Don't do it.
Say?
Just say what you're going to say. Don't say.
No. What do you think I was going to say? I'll be honest. Say if it's true or not.
You were going to say transit, weren't you?
No.
Good.
I was not going to say transit.
Good.
There's one that everybody's probably like, why wasn't it on the list? You know, it's such a legendary map. No, it's boring and bland. I don't want to play it. I'm gonna take a left field one, and I think it's gonna come a little bit differently. And I think it's because it's the first Easter egg I ever did solo. So it's not Treyarch. It's not Treyarch map.
I think I know what you're gonna take here, and I kind of like it. I think.
And I think if you don't get it, that's fine. I understand. If you think I'm stupid for calling it, that's fine. But when you break down into the atmosphere of this map, spooky, like so unbelievably scary. The zombie design in this game, extremely grotesque and super messed up. The boss design, if you haven't seen the boss on this map, look up what the boss looks like. I'm gonna take the Final Reich from World War II.
I kind of like that pick. I
think the lore behind it is actually really sick. I think a lot of the stuff
I don't know too much about this map,
to
be honest.
Pretty simple, but play off really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this is all around. I thoroughly enjoy playing this map. In fact, I kind of want to go pop it in and play it after this. After just talking about it, thinking about it,
I should give it another chance. I just really didn't like World War II as a game, so I was just really.
This is understandable, and this is the only good map on it. So. Yes,
it's fair. I hear a lot of good things about it. I'm sure it's a good map. So this is my last pick. I'm kind of struggling.
That was 10, bro.
Huh?
That was 10.
Origins, Mob, Buried, Spaceland, Zetsubo. What did I take next?
DE.
Derice.
9.
Ancient Evil. That's 9. 9. Not the map 9. That's 9.
No, it's not.
Origins, Mob.
I'm thinking about my list.
Okay, think about your list. Unless I only took 9. He's pondering.
What was the first one I think it's 9. Oh yeah, Shadows.
Garage. You took Moon, Rave, Shang. Town. Just took Final Reich, and I know it's not in the same order.
Final Reich.
Mauer.
What
was the other one you took? Oh, 5. Yeah, it's 9.
5. Oh.
Okay. I'm probably just gonna run through this one. Just so we can hit our 10. I'm not the biggest fan of this map. It's a good map. It's fun for what it is. Just want to make sure this is the one I want to take. Yeah, this is the one I want to take. I'm gonna take Call of the Dead with this pick. I think
I love it. It's a good pick.
I love the idea.
That's a good 10.
I love the idea of the map. George Romero in it is obviously really sick. You have the celebrity crew. You have Danny Trejo in it, which is really sick. I think the aesthetic of the map's pretty basic. It's nothing too insane. It's laid out pretty well. It's fun to play. It's challenging. I think a lot of like really diehard zombies fans, some of them in the zombies community will say that this is like one of the best laid out maps of all time. I've never really seen it. I think it's a fun map. Probably the second or third best in Black Ops 1, in my opinion. I think behind Moon, maybe Shang too. Definitely behind Moon though. It's a cool map for what it is. I just think my thing for it is that the wonder weapons are a little weak. They're not super cool or fun to use.
Yeah.
And I think it can be a little just boring sometimes. I don't know. I do like the idea of George Romero kind of following you throughout the map, and you kind of have to like either get away from him or like put him back in the ice water to like, calm him down. I think that's a cool gimmick. I don't know. I just think of it. It's like, it's fine. It's cool. I'd play it. Nothing else. It's zombies. So it's a solid zombies map. Not much else to say about it. So
I'm gonna take Modern Warfare 3 Zombies.
Oh, good pick,
call
man.
it a day. No, pick. I'm not gonna do that. For my 10th and final pick, I'm gonna pick one that has a pretty interesting layout. I think an eye layout unlike any other map.
We should just cut the video. Cut the video. Cut the video. I know what he's taking. It's like what I said
Transit.
earlier.
Such a good map. Deserves to be in the
Dude,
top
you could have taken
10.
you could have taken Knocked. If people were like, oh yeah, I get that.
But that's the video.
You could have muscled up and say Kino.